Good morning, friends. It's Miss Courtney. I've missed you all, but I thought I'd hop on here and do this really quick, fun activity to do with all of you. Today at my house, I don't know if you looked out the window at your house, but when I got up this morning and looked out my window, it was raining. It was raining a lot. So I decided, you know what? To pass some time and have fun, I was going to do some fun sensory play. I wanted to get my hands in this fun stuff, and I found the perfect activity to do. So this activity is just called Fizzy Rainbow, and it's super easy. Mom and Dad will help you, I'm sure. Or Grandma, I guess, huh? Or Grandpa, or whoever's at home with you. This is super easy and super fun to do. So I just have a couple ingredients to show you what makes this so fun. So as you can see, I have this fun little cupcake pan. It really doesn't matter how many little holes you have. You could use something different, but I just found this cupcake pan because I want to do a bunch of sensory play. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to lay down my cupcake pan, and I've got some food coloring, any color you want. And I'm just going to take my food coloring and just do a couple little drops in each. I have green first, so I'm going to do a couple drops of green in one of my holes. There's a couple more. Set that aside. Maybe we'll use that later. Use some blue. Set that aside. I also have yellow. Yellow's like the color of the sun, isn't it? Won't be seeing much of that sun today. And my last color I'm going to use is, anyone want to take a guess? It's the same color as an apple or a strawberry. It's red. Add some red in there. All right, so I have all my colors used. I'm going to set all of that aside. The next ingredient I'm going to use is something that I'm sure might be fine in your cupboards at home. When we bake with it, we sometimes use it, and that is called baking soda. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour a little bit of my baking soda in each of my little holes here. Whoop, that was a bit much. Move a little bit there. And what's great about sensory play, do you see how I'm using my hands? Because in sensory play, it's okay to use our hands, right? It's important to play with our hands and explore the world with our hands. So go ahead and feel what that baking soda feels like. It's pretty cool. Almost reminds me of like flour maybe, or it's got just a real soft powdery feeling. So you're just going to put just a very little bit of baking soda in each of your little muffin pan holes. Okay? And then this is where it gets really, really fun. We're going to make something called a chemical reaction. I know that's kind of a hard word to think about, but it's basically what a chemical reaction is something's going to change. Okay? So we put the food coloring in our muffin pans. We'll put the baking soda on top of our food coloring. And now we're going to add one more ingredient to get that fun change, okay? Mom and dads, neighbors, friends, family, who's ever listening and watching this video, if you're not outside or on the patio or on like a hard surface, it might be best to put like a blanket underneath or a towel underneath, because there is a chance in sensory play where it does get messy. But you know what? I think that's one of the best parts, is it's okay, all right? So I'm going to roll up my sleeves, and I'm going to use the last ingredient for this activity. It's called distilled white vinegar. Some vinegar. And I'm sure this is something that you can find in your cupboards as well. But you're just going to, I decided that if I was going to have my friends use this, I was going to put some in a bottle that had just a small little area on top to where they could easily pour it in. Instead of using this big container, we're going to use a little bit of a smaller container. So it's a little bit easier, right? All right, so I'm going to take the lid off my container. I'm going to pour in a little bit of this distilled vinegar. Just a little. I added just a little bit, but if you find that when you start pouring on the muffin trays, if you need to add more to your little container, it's okay, isn't it? Okay. So I'm going to add the lid. Get that on there nice and tight. Okay. Are we ready to see? Let's make a prediction really quick. Let's think about what might happen if we pour this on there. I'm going to make a prediction that it's going to maybe look like the bubbles in my bubble bath when I pour it on. Think I'm right? Let's test my prediction. All right. So if you can see, I'm going to show you, this is what my tray looks like before I pour in the vinegar, okay? So you can kind of see the food coloring a little bit here and there, peeking through the baking soda. But now I'm just going to pour my vinegar on that baking soda. Are we ready? Ready? Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness! Did you see how that bubbled up? And it showed me the color red, the red food coloring that I put underneath. Okay, let's see what was the next color I did. Oh, my yellow! All right, let's do next. What color is that, friends? That's right, it's blue! And the last color I used was... There's some green! My green! So friends, this is a super simple activity that you can do at home. Have lots of fun. It does kind of make a stinky smell. The vinegar's kind of stinky, but it's okay. It's so much fun to do. And it's so simple, right? So simple. And if I were to do this activity again, I would take my colors, my food colors, and I might mix them together before I pour the vinegar on. So I might pour the blue and the yellow together, put my baking soda on top, and then pour my vinegar in. And maybe see if it makes a different color, right? Let's finish this out. I'm going to need a little bit more vinegar, but we're going to finish it out, okay? Oh my gosh, friends, this was so fun. I'm so glad you were here to enjoy this with me. So glad. Okay, let's finish it out, okay? Yellow! Let's see. Who knows what color that is? Oh, you see the red top? Yellow! Okay, what's this color? Oh, that blue color is my favorite, I think. I think that's a really pretty blue. And last one. Green! Well, friends, I have to say thank you so much for joining me. I miss you all so much. I can't wait to get back to the school and do this activity with you guys right there near me. But I guess this time apart will just make it so much better when we get to be with one another. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining me.